Good morning, everybody. We're here in the glorious UK sunshine, probably the only day of the year that we're going to get it, and we're going to do a test with the HelloRadio V12 Max. It has an external antenna, but the question is it really worth adding it on, or is the signal the same with and without it? We've got the Deep Space Rock 4, and we're going to go behind the tree just there, behind that tree trunk where it dips down a little bit, and we're going to see exactly what we can do. Now, what's going to stay the same on this test and what's going to change? Well, what's going to stay the same is the milliwatts. We're running 25 milliwatts. It's going to stay the same across both tests, and we're running at 150 hertz. But again, that's going to stay the same. The only thing, literally, and the battery's going to stay the same. We're going to use the same battery. We're going to land. We're going to take back off with the same battery. The only thing that's going to change is removing that external antenna. So, without further ado, let's freaking go. Okay, so we can see there that we're on 25 milliwatts on ELRS power. We don't have an external module in. And we're going to go and do a test with and without the signal, with and without the aerial. We're using the Rock 4 flight number 1 with the external antenna at 25 milliwatts. We're at minus 60 dB and 100% LQ. The test is when we drop down a little bit behind the tree where the ground slightly dips, and then behind the tree, so minus 80, minus 81, so we're at minus 81 just behind the tree branch. Oh, grab it quick because it is my head.
I went away from the boom and it just closed.
So minus 85 when we nearly touch the ground, but the average here seems to be at minus 80, and as I sort of drift towards the tree, it did drop from 100% LQ to 98, 99.
It's still pretty good,
but generally speaking, as long as I stay roughly in this area.
On the controller, it says 99 right now,
yeah.
I think. No, it says 100.
We're getting around about minus 80 to minus 85, and the LQ is fairly solid at 98 to 100 without too much of a problem. And that's with the external antenna. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back and I'm going to land, and I'm going to take the external antenna off, and I'm going to fly to exactly the same position. So give me 1 second to take this external antenna off. So we've got no external antenna on now, and we've covered up the SMA to make it as difficult as we possibly can. The person has cleared the tree, so we'll go back slowly. We don't want to get the attention of the dog because I don't want the dog coming up to the side of the drone and taking it out of the air for obvious reasons. I don't want to hurt the dog.
And we also don't want the dog to hurt itself.
Exactly. So we are just trying to get in the same position whilst we're still watching that dog, of course. So minus 75, actually, well this is, oh there we go, we're in the same position. Minus 80, we've got slightly less, okay, the LQ is different. I'm just going to move out of the way just in case that dog's coming because I'm a bit paranoid. The LQ went to the high 80s at the worst. We're just going to try that again. So what are we looking at? 85, but where the real difference lies here is in the LQ. So your RSSI is about the same, but your LQ is potentially lower, where your RSSI is actually the same. So I would say that probably concludes the test. The difference is relatively small over this short of a distance, but of course over a longer distance it's going to cause you more problems. If you're going to freestyle in an area like this where you're relatively close to yourself, don't think it's too much of a problem whatsoever. But if you're going to be sort of long range cruising over sort of divots and raised canyons and all that sort of fun stuff, then I would add that external antenna. But I'll see you all in the outro. Okay, well that is the test complete, and what do we think? Well, your RSSI values didn't really change. It was very, very similar with and without. What did change relatively dramatically by a few percentage was the LQ values. So you are ultimately, if you're going to freestyle in a relatively small area like this, by all means use the internal antenna without too much of a problem. Again, the sort of chance of you running 25 milliwatts is probably going to be relatively rare. But the difference is obviously once you add that external antenna, you do get a lot more from it. So if you're going to be flying long range and up mountains and through valleys and all that sort of fun stuff, realistically you're going to want to add that external antenna. But if you're not, if you're just flying freestyle and relatively close to yourself, you don't need to worry about it. If you've got any other questions about this radio or anything else that we've got on the channel or any requests, just drop them in the comments box down below. But Wonder FPV and I love reading and replying to all of your comments. We always reply to comments. We love chatting with you guys. Please make sure you like the video, hype the video, I don't know what that means, and share the video and send it to your second cousin's uncle's third sister. And until next time, peace out. YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most. So watch it and let me know if they're right.